Welcome to this month's edition of the CostX Coffee Break Classroom. Today I'm going to take you through the main features of the free CostX Viewer, including how to use it for quoting on tender files. Now, CostX is market-leading estimating software, quantity takeoff and estimating. If you want more information on it, then please go to the Exactor website and you can fill in a form and we'll contact you and talk you through the main features. Now, CostX Viewer, as I mentioned, it's a really useful way to share information about the projects that you're working on with different stakeholders. Those stakeholders don't have to own their own copy of CostX because they can use that free viewer. The beauty of the viewer is it maintains the live links between the workbooks and the drawings. So anyone going through the workbooks can look at a quantity, they can ask CostX to show them the source. It will open up the drawing and it will show exactly where that quantity has come from. The CostX Viewer is also really useful in conjunction with the subcontractor comparison feature because you can prepare tender files within CostX, send them out to different subcontractors, or if you're a consultant, you can send them out to different main contractors. They can price the job in the free viewer, send it back to you, and it makes it really easy to complete the tender adjudication process. And as I mentioned a couple of times, it is a free download from our website. Now I'll take you through a live demo of how to use the software. The main features I'm going to cover is actually opening the files within the viewer, how to view the workbooks and the different options you have available, viewing the drawings, both 2D files and 3D BIM models, the actual options, how you configure it, and how you open up the help menu. And finally, I'll finish up by showing you how to quote within the CostX Viewer. In order to download the free CostX Viewer, you just need to go to the Exactor website, hover over CostX at the top, and alongside all of the different versions of CostX we have available, you'll see CostX Viewer. Now if I open that up, it will take you to the CostX Viewer site, and you can then click on the free download button. You just need to fill in a short form and then you'll be emailed a link to download the software. Once you've downloaded and installed the free CostX Viewer, included under your Start menu will be a link under the Exactor folder to the CostX Viewer and Quote Guide. Now I've opened this up, it's a short PDF document, there's 17 pages, and it takes you through step by step how to use the CostX Viewer in terms of viewing CostX files and also quoting within the software. So it's worth taking a look through this if you have any questions alongside our existing support channels. Once you've got the CostX Viewer installed on your computer, you can open it up and you'll be presented with this interface. Now you can either open up your own CostX files or CostX files that have been sent to you by other third parties, or we actually supply a couple of examples with the software. Now if I click on the CostX button in the top left, I can then select Open Building and I have my couple of samples here. So if I just select one of them and open that up, it will present to me the familiar CostX interface. So you have the costing view, and this is where we view our workbooks, and then we have the dimension view where we view our different drawings. Now if I start by looking through the workbooks, you'll see we've got different colored text. Wherever you have black text, it means it's either an entered value or a formula. Wherever I have blue text, it means there's information on the level below because we use a level-based structure within CostX. So if I was to view my internal walls, this 822,000, I can double click, it will drill down into the detail and I can see what then makes up that package. In this case, there is just the one item. Now, wherever you have green text, it means it is live linked to somewhere else within the software. Now, in this case, this rate has been live linked, but because this is the viewer, we won't be able to view those rate libraries. But if I go into my quantity cell, again, you can see it's blue, so I double click to drill down again. Now here we have some green text that relates to a quantity. Now wherever you have that, we can easily right click on it and we can say show dimension group. it will take us back to the drawing that's been measured from, and you can see it highlights for us in green wherever that has been measured from. Now, on the left-hand side, if you've got multiple drawings, CostX will make bold the ones that have been measured from. Now, if I open up my second drawing, we can then see shown there in green all of the related measures. So if I go back to my costing view, we can see that this 3081 has been made up from those two different drawings. To view the drawings, you just need to click on the drawing you want to view on this left-hand side. It will then open up within the CostX viewer. To navigate around the drawing, you can zoom in and out by using this mouse wheel. You can also use the zoom functions on the ribbon at the top. And you can pan around by holding down the mouse wheel or by using the cursor keys. You can isolate and show certain components on the drawing by using these options at the top. If I was to say turn off the hatching, it will hide any hatching. You can also turn off line styles, and there's none exactly shown on this drawing, but if you've got dots and dashes, by turning off line styles, they will also be hidden. Now what we can do as well is we can view the different layers on the drawing just by going to this layers tab here. Now you don't need to know which layer is which because it just works on a simple click to hide basis. So I can click on this line and that will then disappear. If I hold down the Shift key, CostX will give me a preview of whatever else is contained on a layer, so I know what I'm going to hide before I click on it. Now if I just hide some of my internal walls just by clicking on them, I can then move my mouse up to the ribbon at the top and click on the Invert button. It will then invert the displayed layers and you then have a cleaner view of whatever you wanted to originally look at. If you want to turn everything back on again, you can press the Show All button. And if you want to go back to the start, you can then just click on the Reset View button and CostX will zoom you out to where you started from when you opened up the drawing. If you want to look through your measured items, then you just go to your dimension groups list here. Now I've got the Yucca group selected, so hovering over that you can see them all highlighted in green there. Each measure, if I hover over it, it will give me all of the different dimension attributes, which is the feature that we call one-to-many within CostX. So I can see for this particular measure, it has a name, which is just simply 3. Zone category 1 is blank in this case, so zoning hasn't been used as part of the measure, but if it had, you would be able to use the zone filtering at the top of the page. It gives me the quantity for the single item, so I've got the count being just one measure in this case. I have the length, which is the perimeter, 12.38 meters, and I have the area, 9.08 meters. Now, when this drawing has been added in and measured within CostX, it's been assigned a drawing multiplier. Because this, as you can see on the left-hand side, is a typical level times by 10, the drawing's been set with a 10 times multiplier. So while this drawing has just been measured once, and it gives me the quantity per single item, CostX is also giving me the total for all 10 items, in which case, say the area of 90.81, and that is the quantity that will be used within the dimension group on the left here. Now if I want to see a more complete build-up of this 719 meters squared, I can then just click on this Dimensions tab. CostX will then show me all of the dimensions that make up this dimension group. You have filter options available. By default, CostX will filter your measure to just what's shown on the current drawing, but if you turn that off, then CostX will show you the rest of the measures across multiple drawings. In this case, it has just been measured on one drawing, as you can see, because we only have one drawing shown in bold. But if you had it on multiple drawings, CostX will then list that out for you. If the building that you're looking at within CostX contains 3D files, BIM files, then it works slightly differently. So I've got an example one open here. I can click with my mouse and drag around to view from different angles. I can zoom in and out by using the mouse wheel. I can also use the view cube in the top corner, I can click on faces of that view cube to turn the drawing around. Now if I view from the top or any other sides, I can use the I mode, which means that I hold down the E key on my keyboard and I push the mouse forwards and backwards. CostX will then take sections through that model. Once I've found a suitable view, I can release the E key. I can then zoom out, pan around however you want to. If you want to resume using the I function, just hold down the E key again and push your mouse forwards and backwards. It's best to use that I function when you are viewing from a certain view, because if I do view from the side, you can then see that we start viewing and getting some strange views as we go through. If you do end up like this, or if you do get lost whenever you're using the CostX viewer, you can easily reset the view, and that will take you back to the start, like when you first opened up the file. We can also use layers, just like with a 2D file. If I click on my Layers tab up here, now again, you don't need to know which one is which, because you can just click on the things that you want to hide. So if I click on the roofs, I can hide those. If I click on the wall panels, they will also disappear. So you can get a good understanding of what's contained in the model and also what's missing from the model. Once you're finished looking at these layers view, you can then click on this All Layers button to turn everything back on. Additionally, you can go to the Model tab and you can view the model tree. So I can click on, say, just the doors to view this doors node, and we'll see them all highlighted on the drawing. I can view multiple nodes at the same time by using Shift or Control. So if I wanted to view my entourage, we can see the cars have appeared in the garage, or if I wanted the furniture as well, I can click on that. And you can get just a good understanding of what's contained within the model. If I click on this little button at the bottom, or also go to my drawings, my dimensions ribbon, and then click on the schedule button, then it will open up the data schedule. And this is all of the data that sits behind those objects. Further to that, I can right click on an object and then just say object properties, and you'll see all of the data that is contained for each object in the model. Once you're done with this filtered view, if you want to see everything, you can show all objects just by pressing this button on the ribbon at the top. And once you want to go back to your measures, you can click on this Drawings tab here. I can close the schedule just by clicking the button again. And if we want to see our individual dimensions, we can open up the dimension group folders. You can click on each one. If it's not immediately apparent where it's come from, you can right click and isolate that dimension group. It will then hide everything else and zoom in to just the dimension group you want to look at. Or if you want to view the entire folder, you can right click and isolate that folder. If you've been sent a tender EXF file to price up within the CostX viewer, the interface will look slightly different to if you're just viewing a normal CostX file. To start with, you'll have a reduced number of ribbons at the top, and when you open up the workbook, a lot of the page will be shown in blue. Now where it's shown in blue with a blue background, it means it's locked and you can't actually change anything, you can't overtype it. Now just like before, where we actually have the blue text, it means there's information contained on the level below. Now in this case, I've just been sent the concrete work package to price up, but if there's multiple trades you've been asked to price, they will all be listed down the page here, and you'll just click into them, each one in turn. So just double click into this 0 to drill down into the detail. You'll now see that we have a number of cells that aren't in blue that we need to fill out. Now this file has been sent to me with the quantities contained within it. Sometimes the quantities may be removed, of course depending on who is taking the quantity risk of the pricing. For these 3 cells here, what I'm going to do is just type in some example rates. So if I just type in, say, 150, 150 and 20, I just type that in, you'll then see it calculates my subtotal, and I can then return to the level above just by using these arrow keys above here. You'll then see my quote for the concrete work package is 14,200. If you want to go back into it again, just double click to drill down. Now, if you want to understand the quantities where they're shown in blue, you just double click. It will drill down and you can see how that quantity is being built up. And to return up again, just use this arrow key or the one above. Where the text is shown in green, of course, it means it's live linked to elsewhere in the software. In this case, this 290 meters squared. If I want to get a good understanding of where that's come from, I can just right click and show the dimension group. CostX will take me straight to the drawing. It will load up, and we can see in this case by hovering over the area is 289.94, which of course has just been rounded to the 290. I can go back to that view by clicking on costing view, and we can go back to our workbook here. When you're going through and doing the pricing, you can of course copy and paste down the page if you're using a common rate. Some of the cells may have notes against them, in which case they will be tagged with a little red icon. Now I don't have any on the screen here, but if I did, I can click on View Notes and the list of notes would appear at the bottom of the page. And when you're finished with that, just click on View Notes to hide that again. Once you're finished doing all of your quoting, you can then save your quote just by using this button on the ribbon at the top. So if I save the quote, you enter your company name. So I'll just type in, say, example company. You can put in a quote reference. I'll just put in 12345 and the quote date. Once that's done, just press OK and then save it somewhere on your computer. If you have previously saved a quote and you want to open it up again to make some changes, you can just select the import quote, find the file, bring it in, and then it will open up just like this. You can then send the file back to the person who originally sent you the tender. A number of different options that you can select when you're using CostX Viewer. So if I just open up the CostX button, top left side of the screen, we have this button to open up those options. You can then go through the tabs and select the options that you want to utilize. At any time you're using the software, if you do have any support issues, you can click on this help button, which is available on the ribbon at the top. That will open up CostX Help, and you can go through the contents section by section, or you can also click on search and you can use the search. It's very comprehensive. Alongside this, we also have a huge amount of information available on our YouTube channel, which you're currently watching this on. You've got lots of other videos about certain aspects of the software, CostX Viewer, CostX as well. Hopefully you found that a really useful coffee break classroom session. As you've seen, it's a really easy way to share information between the CostX user and the other project stakeholders. It should reduce the review time of the cost plans or estimates that have been prepared within CostX because it makes the process fully transparent, and also it should reduce the time spent completing the tender adjudication process. If you do have any questions, then you can see our contact details on the screen. Please feel free to contact us and we'll be happy to talk you through any aspects of the software, either CostX or the CostX Viewer.